Thank you. I just thought I would say that. Do I supposed to have an opening statement?
Who's gonna win the Masters?
Yeah. I got Justin Rose. You know, I think Rory's going to be right there. Tiger's going to be right there as well. That's my three.
You need 7 more.
Yeah. On my team. That's a good team I have. I'm winning.
About like your NCAA tournament picks?
Yeah, that didn't go so well. You know, the UC Irvine Marquette final never materialized.
Like rotation because of injuries and Jamichael being away, hadn't really been together for about a week or 8
Yeah.
days. Was that the reason why you wanted to play? That you're starting for a good amount of minutes tonight?
Yeah, I just thought we hadn't played. You know, so we knew before the game. I told them, I don't care if we play well or not. I just want them on the floor, you know, playing. And so we got that, and that was good. Loved that Jamichael, like he had missed whatever amount of games. And I actually loved the overtime because I thought Jerome and all those guys can play as well. So if you're going to script a game before playoffs, I think both teams would take that.
And Coach, you mentioned after the game, it's Golden State on Sunday, that
Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Your guys got frustrated with not making shots, and against this team, you have to make shots.
Yeah.
So when that happens, when Golden State goes on runs, what's going to be your message to your team?
Stop them from making a run. You know, if you can't score, you know, at least the way I was taught growing up, if I can't score, you can't score. You know, I think that's the smartest thing.
And 68 turnovers total combined in the 4 games against Golden State.
Yeah.
How do you limit turnovers against
Well, you just have to. You have to take care of the ball. If you're not going to beat them turning the ball over. You know, they're good enough on their own. They don't really need any help. You know.
Doc, having the best record in March and then struggling here in April, is it good to just get a win heading into the playoffs? Is that important?
Nah, it really wasn't. I think it'd be good to write about or talk about, but it's a new season. The regular season's over, and it's gone. It doesn't matter if there's teams that are struggling going into playoffs are going to be great. There's teams that's playing great going in and it's going to struggle. It's a whole new season. It's time to get going.
Having a team with 2 rookies contributing
Yeah.
solid minutes, what teams do you draw upon from the past playing in the postseason?
Not a lot. You know, there's not a lot of teams that are that's ever had 2 rookies starting that's you know going to the playoffs. You know, but we do, and then Zub is just like a rookie. So that experience for them is going to be amazing. But I don't want them to have an experience. I want them to think about winning. You know, those experiences are overrated sometimes. You know, so we want them to have a great experience, and they're going to have to grow up fast, and I think they will.
Doc, just curious, if you can think back to the summer, what was your initial reaction when you found out that the Warriors signed DeMarcus Cousins?
Good for DeMarcus. Honestly, I thought it was great for him. I thought the Warriors were the right team to sign him, you know, because they could wait for him. You know, I didn't overreact like everyone else. I thought good for DeMarcus. You know, the kid, listen, this is our livelihood, you know what I'm saying, or like when I was a player. And he would have had a huge payday, and he tore his Achilles. And so, you know, the nice side of me, because it's in the summer, you know, was thinking like, good, this will give him a chance. Yeah, you do. This will give him a chance to get right. And so, listen, maybe I shouldn't have thought that, because now we're playing. That was your follow-up.
What do you think about the Warriors having DeMarcus Cousins now?
They're better. You know, he's a great player, but you know, listen, we're going to play one game at a time. We're not going to play all 7, and that's how we're going to view this series.
You guys haven't really played the Warriors with this lineup fully. The first 3 games were before the trades. Then this last game, there was no Pat, Gallo, or Michael.
Yeah.
What can you take away from those 4 games, and what did you like?
Well, I think we both know how, like they know how they want to play every night. They've been together long enough. They've been in finals. So nothing is new for them. But I think for a team that hasn't been together, with a bunch of, you know, what we call youngins, I think we know exactly how we should play too. And we're going to play our way. We're not going to change for anyone, you know, and so that's who we're going to, we can't be anyone else. And so I can't take a lot from them because none of our guys played, but you do learn stuff every time you play a team. The first half the other night, I liked how that looked. Second half, not so much. But you learned a lot from both halves. You really did.
I think Shea's the only lottery pick starting for a team in the playoffs now.
Did you look that up? Did someone tell you that? You looked that up? I mean, where'd you get that information from?
The draft.
Oh. So knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's nice.
Well, I mean, Landry now, but he wasn't a lottery pick.
No, he wasn't a
What do
lottery
you expect in terms of, nerves, in terms of their first
I have
time
no
out on the
idea.
court?
It's basketball. I will say Shea's been in some pretty big games in his life. Going to Kentucky, he's been in big games. Sham has been in huge games in his life. I'm not so sure where Zoop's been, so I can't tell you over there what he's been in. But the other two guys, they've been on big stage before.
Doc, the past couple of weeks, you've talked about how over-scouted this league is.
Yeah.
From the time now that you know the Warriors are playing you guys until Saturday night, what's your world in terms of, do you get any break? Do you just dive in?
No, you just dive in. Tonight it starts. I'll be up late, get up early. I've already done because, after Houston blew that game last night, I got out my Golden State stuff. And so, listen, you watch every game you've played in the last couple, you watch, 4 or 5 teams, every game they played them well. You just look for stuff. You may not find anything. You may find one thing. But that's what you do. The key though, and I've learned this, I've been in a lot of playoffs, is you can't overload your guys, but you can overload your staff. If you overload your players and they can't play, they're thinking, we have to have our game plan. They have to trust it, whatever it is, even if it's simple. They have to know it and then go out and play. What we can't do is give them so much information that they're playing and thinking. That won't work. So it's a fine line, but our staff has to know everything.
Doc, how important is it for this team to kind of grasp, Beverly's mentality to try to get through the fire that is Golden State?
Oh, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think Pat's going to let them not, But we got, Lou's a tough dude, too. He just doesn't talk, This team is built it's got a lot of gritty guys, So I'm not that concerned by that part. I really not. We're coming to play with good intentions. That's what we're coming for.
The narrative heading into this series is probably going to be you guys are heavy underdogs. Do you almost view that as a positive with kind of the way this team has responded to?
Yeah, I don't
outside
know.
opinions?
It's a good question, but we should be, So it's funny, should we take that personal that the Warriors are the favorite? I don't know. I don't think our guys. I think they have a chip anyway. They really do. Pat is always looking for something. So my guess is in the next 48 hours, someone's going to write something or say something that'll piss Pat off, and he'll tell everybody, and it'll work out for us. So if you guys can help, can you write something tonight? Just get it on so we can have information.
Is Pat a big reader? Does he read all?
Now that's a loaded question, and I'm not answering it. I guess yes, because he always is telling me what someone said. So either he's reading it or hearing it.
And Coach, this team can beat you in multitude of ways. What is the one thing, if you had the opportunity to take away from them or limit them, what would be the one thing you would focus and preach to your team?
Well, the one thing is if we could take Curry and Durant and Thompson away, that would be terrific, But I would say if you have one thing, if you could put your finger on one thing, is early transition threes. They're pretty good at it, and they get the ball off the floor, and we have to do a great job of taking that away. All right, guys, thank you.